When someone cheats you, when someone hurts you, it can feel like a shock, like the ground has shifted beneath you. You question everything, your choices, your faith in people, and sometimes even yourself. But here's what I want you to understand: the power to rise above that pain is within you, not in spite of what happened, but because of it. Your value, your potential, and the greatness within you do not depend on the behavior of others. And in those moments when you feel betrayed, mistreated, or let down, there is only one thing you need to do. It's not about revenge, not about evening the score, and it's not about trying to make sense of their actions. It's about focusing on your path, your goals, and your potential. People will disappoint you. Life will test you. You may experience betrayal, pain, and frustration, but the truth is, you were not put here to be dragged down by those experiences. Each setback, each slight, each painful moment is an opportunity to strengthen your spirit. Think of every setback as a stepping stone, a challenge placed in your path to help you rise higher, to grow stronger, to get closer to the person you're meant to become. When someone does wrong by you, when they deceive or hurt you, it can feel like your whole world has been shaken. But that's the very moment where you have a choice. Will you let that shake you? Or will you use it to fuel a greater focus, a sharper sense of purpose? Don't allow anyone else's actions to define your response. Take that power back, hold it tight, and turn it into something extraordinary. People who hurt others often operate from a place of fear, insecurity, or selfishness. They're reacting to their own limitations, not yours. You don't need to stoop to their level, and you don't need to waste time seeking answers from them. It's a distraction, a detour from the things that really matter in your life. Instead, direct your energy toward your purpose, toward what you're here to achieve. Because you see, every time you let anger or resentment take root, you're giving away a piece of your power. Every moment spent dwelling on what they did to you is a moment taken from building the life you want, a moment stolen from your dreams and goals. There's no sense in chasing after those who don't value you or understand your worth. Let them go. Let the bitterness go. Take that energy and pour it into what matters to you. Understand this: the greatest victory is not in retaliation or in proving someone wrong. It's in showing up every day better than the day before. It's in choosing to be strong, choosing to be kind, choosing to walk away from situations that don't serve your higher purpose. True strength lies in letting go of what doesn't help you grow. Every day you have the opportunity to live with a clean heart, to move forward with peace of mind, knowing you've done the best you could. When you hold on to grudges or regrets, you're carrying a weight that was never meant to be yours. You're chaining yourself to past events, past people, and past pain. Free yourself from that. Release it, let it go, and focus on the road ahead. It takes courage to let go of anger, to forgive, to choose peace over revenge. It's not the easy path, but it is the path that will lead you to a life of true freedom. Because when you're not weighed down by the actions of others, you can soar. You can focus on the things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and success. You can build something beautiful and meaningful, regardless of who tried to bring you down. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're wise enough to know that holding on to pain only keeps you in the past. You're not living your life for the approval or understanding of others. You're living it to fulfill your purpose, to chase your dreams, and to become the person you're meant to be. And every time you choose to rise above, to keep moving forward, you're getting one step closer to that person. Think of it like this: life is a book, and each chapter is filled with lessons, experiences, and growth. Don't get stuck on one chapter because someone else tried to tear out a few pages. Write the next chapter. Make it so good, so rich, so full of life that no one's actions can overshadow it. Keep moving forward, keep writing, and let your story be one of resilience, strength, and wisdom. You are responsible for your happiness. No one else can take that away unless you let them. If you let anger and resentment take root, it's like letting someone else hold the pen to your life story. Don't give them that power. Write your own story. Make it one filled with purpose, peace, and fulfillment. And remember, forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of anger and bitterness. When you forgive, you're not saying what they did was okay. You're saying that you're not going to let it control you anymore. You're taking back your power and choosing to move forward lighter, stronger, and more determined. Every person who's ever achieved something great has faced their share of disappointment, betrayal, and heartache. But what sets them apart is not what happened to them, but how they chose to respond. They didn't let those experiences hold them back. They used them as fuel, as motivation to keep going, to prove to themselves that they were capable of more. When someone tries to bring you down, remember that it's not about you. It's about them and their own limitations. You don't have to carry their baggage. Let them deal with their own choices. Your focus should be on your path, your goals, and your future. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, who see the potential within you. And when others show you who they truly are, believe them and move on. Every time you choose to let go of anger, every time you decide to move forward instead of looking back, you're strengthening your spirit. You're building resilience. And that resilience is what will carry you through any storm, any setback, any challenge. It's okay to feel the hurt. It's okay to be disappointed. But don't stay there. Feel it, acknowledge it, and then release it. Use it as a reminder of your strength, of your capacity to endure and overcome. And as you let go of that pain, you make space for joy, for peace, and for all the wonderful things that life has to offer. In the end, your life is yours. It's too precious to waste on anger or resentment. Choose to live with a light heart, with a focus on what you can control, and with a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Because that's what true strength is. It's not in holding on to pain or proving others wrong. It's in rising above, in choosing peace, and in dedicating yourself to a life of purpose and joy. So the next time someone tries to bring you down to make you feel less than you are, remember their actions do not define you. Your response does. And if you respond with grace, with strength, and with a relentless focus on your goals, there is nothing that can stop you. Let go of the past, focus on the future, and build a life so full of joy and purpose that no one's actions can ever shake it. Every time you choose peace over anger, every time you choose to focus on your path instead of what others have done, you are reclaiming your power. You are taking a step closer to the life you deserve. So stand tall, stay focused, and keep moving forward, because that is the true path to greatness. Every time you decide to take control of your reaction, you're deciding to build your future on a foundation of strength and clarity. Think of it, all the energy you might spend on anger, all the time you might waste on resentment, could be poured into creating something amazing for yourself. You could be building your skills, strengthening your mind, pursuing your dreams, and becoming the kind of person who inspires others. The world needs people like that, people who rise above, people who push forward, people who push forward, people who, despite being hurt, decide to live with purpose and hope. When you allow bitterness or anger to consume you, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to feel the effects. The reality is that you're only harming yourself. And why would you give anyone that kind of power over you? Why would you let them rob you of your peace, your potential, or your joy? Don't allow them to occupy space in your mind or heart. Free yourself, not for their sake, but for yours. You deserve a life that's free from resentment and full of possibilities. And know this: letting go doesn't mean you're excusing anyone's actions. It doesn't mean you're pretending nothing happened. It means you're making a conscious decision to focus on what truly matters to you, on what you can control. You're deciding that your happiness, your peace, and your future are worth more than any pain someone tried to inflict upon you. Here's a powerful thought: every person who has ever accomplished something truly great has had moments of disappointment and betrayal. They faced setbacks and challenges, but they chose to focus on what was ahead instead of what was behind them. They didn't let others' actions dictate their path. They let their own vision and purpose guide them. They knew that if they stayed focused, if they kept their eyes on the horizon, nothing could hold them back for long. And you have that same potential within you. You have the strength to overcome any pain, any hurt, any betrayal. When you choose to let go and focus on your journey, you're tapping into a power that can move mountains. You're building a future based on resilience and grace. This doesn't mean it will always be easy. There will be days when the hurt feels raw, when the memories resurface. On those days, remind yourself of the bigger picture. Remind yourself of the life you're building, the goals you're striving for, and the person you're becoming. Remind yourself that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Your time on this earth is limited. Don't let anyone else's actions waste it. Don't let anyone else's mistakes drain it. Hold your head high, keep your focus steady, and remember that each moment spent in anger or resentment is a moment you can never get back. Spend your moments wisely. Use them to create, to build, to love, and to live fully. Imagine the kind of life you could create if you dedicated all of your energy to your goals, your passions, and the people who uplift you. Imagine waking up every day with a heart free from bitterness, a mind focused on what lies ahead, and a spirit ready to take on any challenge. That kind of life is within your reach. All it takes is the decision to let go of what doesn't serve you and to hold tight to what does. You don't have to be perfect to live this way. You don't have to be immune to pain or disappointment. You just have to be committed to your own peace, to your own growth. Every time you choose to rise above, you're strengthening your character, building your resilience, and creating a life that no one else can touch. Remember, no one can take your peace unless you give it to them. No one can steal your joy unless you let them. And no one can define your worth except you. So hold your head high, take a deep breath, and let go of the pain. Keep your eyes on the future, on the dreams you're working toward, and on the person you're becoming. Because that's what matters. That's what will carry you through every storm, every challenge, and every disappointment. You are stronger than you know, wiser than you realize, and more resilient than you may feel in this moment. Hold on to that strength. Cultivate it. Let it be the foundation upon which you build your life. Don't let anyone's actions make you forget your own power, your own worth. You have the ability to turn every pain into purpose, every setback into a stepping stone, every betrayal into a lesson that propels you forward. So when someone cheats or hurts you, don't worry. Use it as a reminder of your strength, of your resilience, of the unshakable foundation you're building within yourself. Let it push you closer to your dreams, closer to the life you're creating. And when you look back, you'll see that every challenge, every hurt was simply another step on the path to becoming who you were meant to be. Focus on that vision. Hold it close, let it guide you, and never let anyone take it from you. That is the ultimate response. That is the power within you. And that is how you rise above. You'll find, as you walk this path, that each time you choose peace over anger, growth over bitterness, you're investing in your own strength. You're not simply reacting to life, you're actively shaping it. The world may throw challenges your way, people may come and go, and yes, some of them may hurt you. But each time you choose to stay true to your purpose, you are setting a standard for the life you want to live. The person who can rise above hurt and betrayal isn't just surviving, they're thriving. This doesn't mean pretending to be unaffected, it's acknowledging the pain, respecting your emotions, and then deciding they won't control you. You're making the choice to live a life driven by values, by purpose, by a vision so strong that it pulls you through anything. And when you live with this kind of intention, life has a way of responding in kind. The world rewards persistence. When you refuse to give up, when you refuse to let anger or resentment drain you, life opens doors. You'll start to see opportunities, to attract people who are in line with your goals, and to recognize that every challenge you faced was molding you into the person you were meant to become. It's as though life gives back to those who don't waver, to those who keep moving forward despite the obstacles, despite the setbacks, despite the hurt. You are building character with every decision to move forward, with every choice to stay focused, with every refusal to let bitterness consume you. Character isn't built in easy times, it's built when you choose to keep going when things are hard, when you choose to remain kind in a world that sometimes isn't, when you keep your heart open despite having every reason to close it. This is how you cultivate a life that's not just successful but deeply meaningful. Your resilience, your ability to overcome, becomes a beacon for others. People will look to you and wonder how you manage to stay so focused, so calm, so grounded. And you'll know that it's because you chose not to let the actions of others dictate your path. You chose to live by your own standards, to hold yourself to a higher level, to pursue goals that are true to you, regardless of what anyone else did or didn't do. And here's something incredible: when you live this way, you inspire others to do the same. People who may have once wronged you will see a new version of you, one who has moved on, grown, and elevated their life. You become a living example that setbacks are just setups for comebacks, that pain is temporary, and that nothing can hold down someone who is committed to their path. In a world that often celebrates retaliation and holding grudges, you become a breath of fresh air. You become someone who demonstrates that true strength lies in choosing peace over conflict, in choosing to let go rather than to hold on, and in keeping your eyes forward rather than looking back. That kind of strength, that kind of inner peace is rare, and it's something that no one can take from you. As you walk forward, let this become your mantra: I choose peace. I choose growth. I choose to live for my purpose, not my pain. Each time you repeat this, each time you put it into practice, you're reinforcing the life you're building. You're not just living for today's challenges, you're preparing yourself for tomorrow's victories. Every experience, good or bad, can be a tool for growth if you let it. And when you choose to view life through this lens, you become unstoppable, because suddenly nothing can truly harm you. People may try to undermine you, disappoint you, or pull you down, but you've built an armor of resilient, flexible strength that lets you absorb the impact and keep going. Let go of the need to understand why others do what they do. Some people hurt because they're hurting, some cheat because they've lost their way. You don't need to figure them out. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to stay true to your path, to cultivate your peace, and to remain focused on your journey. Don't waste precious time analyzing their actions when you could be building your own life, creating your own happiness, and achieving your own dreams. You'll find that as you live this way, life will seem simpler, lighter, and more meaningful, because you're no longer carrying the burdens others tried to place on you. You've let go of resentment, released the need to prove anything to anyone, and chosen to live by your own standards. And that is real freedom. That is a life of integrity, purpose, and power. In the end, you are responsible for the life you create. Every day, every moment, you're either moving closer to your dreams or drifting away from them. When you choose to let go of pain, when you decide to focus on your path, you're making a choice that will pay off not just today, but for years to come. This choice will open doors, build relationships, and create opportunities. It will shape the very fabric of your life. So whenever you feel hurt or disappointed by someone else's actions, remind yourself of this: you are not here to live someone else's story. You are here to write your own. You are here to build a life so rich, so fulfilling, that no one else's actions can diminish it. You are here to rise above, to find peace, and to focus on what truly matters. Your power lies in your response. Every time you choose to focus on your dreams, your purpose, and your future, you're taking back control of your life. You're creating a foundation that no one else can shake. You're choosing to live a life of intention, a life of peace, a life of resilience. Keep moving forward. Keep choosing peace. And remember, no one else's actions define you. Only you have that power. Your life, your journey, is entirely yours to shape. And when you realize this, when you truly embrace that no one can dictate your happiness, your success, or your inner peace, you become unstoppable. No longer do you look to others to validate you. No longer do you waste time questioning why someone did this or that. Instead, you set your eyes on what's ahead, driven by the knowledge that every step forward is a step toward your dreams, your growth, your best self. You see, there's a kind of strength that comes from going through the fire, from experiencing the pain and deciding to let it refine you rather than define you. Every disappointment, every letdown, every betrayal you've experienced has left you with a choice: either let it become a weight that holds you down, or let it become the fuel that lifts you up. And when you choose to let it lift you, you discover something extraordinary. You discover that the greatest strength is not in getting back at others, but in moving forward with a sense of purpose so powerful that it overshadows any hurt. Think of each setback, each moment of pain, as a step in your evolution. You're not the same person you were before. You're stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You've gained a perspective that only comes through experience, through facing challenges and choosing to rise above them. And this perspective, this strength, will carry you further than any form of retaliation or anger ever could. Imagine the kind of energy that's freed up when you stop worrying about what others did to you. Imagine redirecting that energy toward your goals, your growth, your joy. What if every time you felt tempted to dwell on the past, you redirected that thought to something constructive? Imagine how much closer you'd be to your dreams, how much further along your journey. Each time you release anger, you're making space for something infinitely better. Forgiveness is a powerful thing, but it's not just about letting go of what others did. It's about releasing the hold it has on you. It's about saying, I refuse to let this keep me from the life I want to live. When you forgive, you're not excusing behavior. You're choosing to focus on what matters, choosing to protect your peace and direct your energy toward your dreams. You are here to live a full life, a life of purpose and joy. And to do that, you can't afford to carry around the weight of other people's actions. Think of your mind, your heart, as precious real estate. Choose wisely what you allow to take up space. Fill it with thoughts, dreams, and goals that serve you, that help you grow, that bring you peace. When you live this way, with intention and clarity, people notice. They'll see a strength in you that isn't loud or aggressive, but quiet and unshakable. They'll see someone who has faced challenges but chooses to rise above them. You'll become an example of what's possible when you live with purpose, when you hold yourself to your own standards, regardless of what anyone else does. And here's something beautiful. When you carry yourself with this kind of strength, you start attracting people who are on the same path. You draw in those who respect your peace, who support your growth, who add to your life rather than take from it. And the people who tried to bring you down, who hurt you, who disappointed you, they fade into the background because you're too busy building the life you deserve. When others see your strength, your resilience, it can even inspire change. They may see in you what they wish to become, and perhaps one day they'll look back and realize that you were the stronger one, the wiser one. But by then you won't need their validation because you'll have built a life so rich in meaning, so full of purpose that their actions or opinions hold no sway over you. Life isn't about being immune to hurt. It's about learning how to transform it, how to let it shape you into someone stronger, kinder, and more determined. Every setback is a stepping stone, a lesson in resilience, a reminder of your own power. With each choice to let go, to move forward, you're reinforcing the life you're creating, one that is beyond the reach of anyone else's influence. So if someone cheats, if someone lies, if someone tries to bring you down, let that be their issue, not yours. Don't waste a single moment questioning why. Don't look back. Instead, take a deep breath, lift your head, and step forward with confidence. You have goals to achieve, dreams to fulfill, and a life to live. Keep your mind clear, your heart light, and your focus strong. You have a future to build, a purpose to fulfill, a life waiting for you. And that life is too valuable, too precious to waste on anyone or anything that doesn't bring you closer to who you want to be. Every time you choose to focus on your own growth, every time you decide to rise above, you're stepping into that life. You're becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stand tall. Live with purpose. Focus on your dreams. Let every hurt, every disappointment be a reminder of your strength, your resilience, your unshakable spirit. Because in the end, it's not what happens to you that matters, it's how you respond, how you grow, and who you choose to become. And with each step forward, you're choosing to become someone unstoppable.